Let's talk about body language for a little bit. Your body language is your physical talk. It's what your body is saying. Have you ever heard that old adage that says your body language is so loud I can't hear what you're saying? People take that in more than anything else. Again, it's your physical talk. It's your face, your eyes, your tone of voice. Right? What are they seeing when they're talking to you? It's your posture. Right? How are you standing? Are you towering over them, or are you intimidating them, or are you kind of looking a little bit sheepish? Your gestures, your proximity, all of those items make up your body language. Now, keep in mind, 70% of all communication is visual. It's not what the other individual is hearing, it's what they're seeing. Again, your body language is speaking so loud I can't hear what you're saying. So let's dig into that a little bit, look at some positive and negative body language. First off, positive body language. It's a smile on your face. It's an open posture, right? Your arms are out on side. You're approachable, right? That's positive body language. It's an interested expression, right? You can see on your face that you're interested in talking to the individual that you're communicating with. It's moderate eye contact, right? Looking them in the eye occasionally. That's important, right? It's varied or sufficient voice volume. Again, that tends to be a little bit of a problem if we don't have that. It's your hands, your arms, your face, they all agree with what's being said. It's all one package. It's all part of the communication that you've got in there. So let's look at the other side of the equation for a little bit and look at some negative body language. And this is where individuals can start to get into trouble. Right? It could be a wobbly or a hard voice. Right? Think about it. When you're communicating with somebody who has a wobbly voice, what are you thinking? Right? What do you take from that? Right? Chances are it's a lack of confidence. They're not sure about their position. Right? Or what about slow or fast speech? Right? If you talk to people from other areas of the country, sometimes that can become a little bit frustrating and even make you a little bit anxious because they're either talking much faster than you do or much slower than you do, and that can become an issue. A worried or extreme expression. Again, think about talking to your customer. You're going, look, everything is totally fine. You're okay, right? Yeah, again, does that expression really agree with what you're saying? Doesn't matter if you're saying it's okay. It's interesting. When I would teach this concept in some of my in-person classes, I'd actually take a slice of lemon and I'd talk about that concept of your face, agreeing with what is being said. And as I do that, I'd take this big old chunk of lemon and I go, as if I took this lemon and took a big bite out of it, right? And I grab this big juicy bite of this lemon, right? And I'm going, oh, this is so sweet and it tastes good. And I'm looking at the class in front of me and everybody's going, right? I mean, because they can already taste this stuff as the lemon juice is running, right? And so again, does your face agree with what you're saying? Right? What about evasive or constant eye contact? Right, look at two sides of that coin. First off, the evasive eye contact. Never looking somebody in the eye. Right? If you don't look somebody or somebody won't look you in the eye, what do you take away from that? Yeah, they're lying or they're not being honest, right? Or they're shifty or whatever the case is. Or what about constant eye contact? Think about that for a moment. What happens when you stare down a dog? Pretty soon they start growling at you. They don't like that, right? It's a little bit creepy, or it's a lot creepy, right? Whichever, right? And it makes people feel uncomfortable. Defensive or a dominant posture. I had one particular contractor that I worked with that this guy was 6 feet 5 inches tall. I mean, he was huge, right? And he was a big guy. He wasn't overweight, but it doesn't matter. When you're that tall, he's a big guy. And he was a comfort consultant for an HVAC company. Think about that. Every single person he came up to, he towered over them. The first thing he wanted to do is when he got into the home, he wanted to sit down at the dining room table and have a conversation with them. And what did that do? It just brought them eye to eye with the customer itself. And then we can build this rapport. And once that's, we've established that, then when he got up, he wasn't quite so intimidating anymore. And so his physical appearance basically gave him that dominant posture. Right? What about excessive distance or an invasion of space? How do you know if you just stepped into somebody's bubble? Well, it's pretty easy. They step back. Right? And different communication styles will treat that space, that personal space, much differently. Those who are D's and I's will tend to be real comfortable with it. Those who are S's and C's, you got to give them a little bit more distance. Think about your body language. What is it saying to those people around you?